Hello everyone and welcome back. We got another time lapse here for you. So today, I did this time lapse, or I did this commission like, oh, was it about like a year and a half ago? I never got around to recording it. But this was another person. Normally I don't do like commissions that are a little bit more detailed. I always try to like do like simple art commissions, kind of like my little, French Kev in the corner. But he wanted me to make him an art commission for a character where he wanted his character to be a mix of. Oh, I was practicing here too. That's part of the reason why I did this. He wanted his character to be a mix of Endeavor from My Hero Academia and Itachi from or I guess the Akatsuki from Naruto. But here I was also kind of viewing this as like some practice, because I saw like a picture where they used heads to measure out the body. So they're like, oh, well, the shoulders is like 2 heads apart, and then the torso is like 3.5 heads down, and then the legs, well, I just kind of gave up on trying to measure with heads, and then I just like drew feet that looked okay or whatever. I was trying to draw it more realistic because I was like, all right, Endeavor, that's a lot of body. He's just like this big muscular dude. So I drew that and I started on drawing like his little cape. The cape was kind of feeling like it's supposed to be the Akatsuki cape, but it started reminding me of Doctor Strange's like little cape. I was thinking Doctor Who, and then I was thinking Doctor Strange. I'm like, no, Doctor Doom or whatever, and I was like, no, that's not it. But yeah, so here's this. So I started him off with short hair first, just because I was like, all right, well, later I'm going to go back and I'm going to draw like the braided hair or whatever. But I want to get like the flame mask out of the way and like the flame beard and stuff. And I moved his arms so that he's like punching his fist or whatever, cracking his knuckles. Then I drew like the waist. So it's really like a mix of most of it was just because he wanted it to look like Endeavor while also wearing an Akatsuki cape. So a lot of it was just kind of, combining and fusing Endeavor's costume with like an Akatsuki cloak and trying to find a way that makes it fit. Yep, there's the clouds. There's the Naruto headband, but it's like a belt instead of a headband on this one. Then I started drawing his hair. And then what is this? Oh, instead of using black lines for the line art, this is me doing the flame mask. I like Endeavor's flame mask. I like how it looks. I think this was before I was using masks, or there's like a feature if I remember, I could show you after. There's like a feature that you can use where you can take a layer that's above other layers and then change how like the mask affects all the layers underneath it in order to make the eyes like I could have used it to make the eyes look like it had flame over them, but I wanted the eyes to pop out. But yeah, I'm pretty much just going through. Since I normally do like simpler art, this is what I mean, like this was taking a lot more time to do. This looks like a concept art now I'm looking at it. But I was kind of like going faster or whatever. And also I do think art kind of looks better when it's not too perfect as well. Like I think there has to be imperfections in order for it to like stand out. But yeah, there's his whole cape costume or whatever. I picked the parts of his body that were going to have the flames, or were supposed to be like flame colored, like his boots, the side parts on his waist, and then like the shoulder parts underneath the shoulder plates. Then I added some red there for his cape, his Akatsuki cloak, and then I mixed in like the Akatsuki colors for the red instead of using like the regular Endeavor red or whatever. And then filled in the cape, filled in the gauntlets, added some shading, some like dark shading. Then I started adding some highlights, slapped the commission thingy over it or whatever. If we're being honest, I don't really feel like a watermark really helps. I mean, like in general, I think a watermark does help. I guess we're done so we can see the full picture. If somebody really tries, they can get around a watermark or two, or even if you have watermarks going across the entire screen, if someone's really dedicated, they could just go over it, and erase out the watermark part and whatever. But it's on there. It's on there. But yeah, so here's his Endeavor costume. So we start at the top. There's the flame mask. I gave him the scar as well. There's the gauntlets and stuff, the shoulder pads, the Doctor Strange looking collar, cape, whatever. So I kind of mixed the collar up a little bit. And then instead of making it like a cloak that wraps around the front, I was like, well, that wouldn't make sense because his arms are on the outside here. So I just thought, okay, instead of it being like a cloak, I'll just turn it into an actual cape. So it's supposed to go back behind him. And then there's the Naruto belt mixed in, and then like the boots and all that. And here is the end result. Kind of hard to show you like a whole picture. We'll do it sideways. There we go. There it is. It's because the angle I have it in OBS, in order to get it to fit behind this drawn-on iPad. I didn't know if you noticed or not. I drew the iPad. But yeah. So there's his costume. So that's going to be it for today's video, everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, everyone.